So babies are like these little fudge balls that are so fat and cute, and everybody wants one. And especially me, from what my brother and my mom told me, they said I was like, out of the 4 kids my mom had, I was one of the heaviest ones. And then I seen a picture of myself back when I asked my mom like how I was born and stuff. And I was so fat, I had the biggest, puffiest cheeks. I looked like a little fat chipmunk. But my brother said I looked like a bulldog, and that was sad. But I'm gonna tell you about how when they were born, my 2 oldest brothers, my sister, and how all that affected into how I was born. So for my first 2 brothers, the first one being the oldest one, his name was Edgar. The second one was named Brian. They were both born when my parents were very young. They were kind of like in their 20s, I think, 19s. But they were very in love. They both grew up in Compton, both went to Dominguez High School, both really loved dancing. And that's kind of how they met. They like met kind of at a party just dancing. Ever since then, they always went to like parties and just did their dancing. And then my mom got pregnant with my oldest brother. After that, like about a year later, it was my second oldest brother. And when she got pregnant with them, money and everything was so tight because they were like young parents. They didn't have any money. So I remember when my mom told me the story of how they used to live in a garage at an apartment complex. And money was so, like, I can't stress it out how much, but my dad couldn't even afford a hamburger that was like $2 to give to my mom to feed my second oldest brother when he was in the womb. So money was so tight. My mom had my brother still premature because he didn't get enough of the nutrition. But my mom got into an accident, and then that's when she started her own business with the money, and she called it E&B Professional Cleaners. E standing for Edgar, B standing for Brian. And you're probably wondering, oh, why did I bring up the cleaners? Well, that's actually how it affects my sister's and mine's birthday. So for my sister, since my parents had more money, they can afford another kid, they said, okay, well, let's try for a girl. So they tried for a girl, and luckily enough, on the first try, they got my sister, and everybody was happy. That was the princess, and my parents just thought, okay, it was just gonna be like that. But then, probably, this is what I'm thinking. My dad probably was like, okay, cool, I waited a couple of months, let me get down to business. And then a couple of months after that, after having my sister, my mom got pregnant again, and then that was with me. So with me, when my mom got pregnant, in my opinion, I didn't think I was like kind of planned. Again, I just thought my dad was like kind of just like waited a long time, so he wanted to have me. And I came, and they were kind of expecting another daughter, so it could be 2 sons and two daughters. But they're never the ones to like always try to predict what was the gender. So when I came out, I was a little baby boy. My mom always told me that with her kids, they were always made with love, and they were always planned. But I don't think that was planned, in my opinion. But again, the cleaners actually started with actually helped with my birth and my two older brothers, because if they weren't born, then my mom wouldn't have started the cleaners, and then I wouldn't have been born.